Welcome, Patreon friends, to Charting Crypto. It is so good to have you with us. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We are getting very close to that holiday. FYI, markets are closed on Friday. That's why we are, again, putting out so much on Wednesday. But want you to know where we are, and we'll always start. I've decided to do this. And again, this has been a work in progress over the last couple of weeks as we've gotten Charting Crypto going with a number of Bitcoin related ETFs. I am still encouraging the folks at TC2000 via the head honcho there, Chris Warden, to please start tracking the top 10 cryptocurrencies for us using something like Coindesk or, again, one of these aggregators of information so that we're able to look at a number of just the cryptos themselves so that you can go to a crypto exchange and potentially begin practice trading these cryptocurrencies. I don't find a lot of people doing any kind of accurate charting of this, and I thank all you guys who encouraged me so much to initially just start charting Bitcoin. And of course, we do that how? Through the New York Stock Exchange Bitcoin Index. It's put on by them. They look at some crypto exchanges. They only regard those that they deem the most reliable for putting together their index. So it does differ from some others. But let's see where we are this week. Up for the day on Wednesday, 0.81%. Overall, what's going on with Bitcoin? And again, Bitcoin's sort of the leader in the market. Well, it is not sort of the leader. It is the leader. It's the biggest cryptocurrency by a large multiple. And what do we see happening? Well, look at this. See this 50-period moving average line, this gray line? You can tell what it is because we always have a legend. This is what's so great about TC2000, which is the platform that we use. I'm using the mobile version since I'm traveling in Chicago for a few days before the holiday, before I head back to the coast. But we do see it sort of sitting right there on that 50-period moving average line. Now that's interesting. We also see that we have a solid green candle, sort of a slowdown in that down movement. Doesn't mean it's going to stop there, but we're watching and waiting. We see the price percent oscillator losing a little bit of its downward push. Derivative oscillator still gaining downward momentum. Now we look at the 2-day, and again, it pushed through its 50-period moving average line, but that 50-period moving average line for the weekly is about a year. So think about how big a line that is. And what do we see? Price percent oscillators flattening, derivative oscillators losing downward momentum, green spinning top. So we'll sort of see where that goes. Last 2 days pushing up. That doesn't change overall the fact that we still have a down mood, but is that mood slowing? Don't know. We'll watch, wait, and see. We look at the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Again, still a red down candle reaching a lower low. What do we see on the 2-day? Very similar to what we see with that Bitcoin index from the New York Stock Exchange. Things are slowing. Price percent oscillator flattening. There's no turnaround yet, but we're watching. Still a ways to go before there's a crossover. And of course, on the half day, we see 2 days of up movement pushing through that 2-day trend line. So that's okay. We'll continue to watch, see how things go. What about Ethereum? Let's start first with Ethereum. This is, again, the Grayscale Bitcoin Ethereum. Remember, this is a trust. It's not an ETF. They actually own Ethereum just like they own Bitcoin in their Bitcoin Grayscale Trust. Heavy fees for using this, but again, they do own the currency itself. So what do we see going on here? We see, again, a slowdown in the down movement, still red down candle, not reaching a lower low yet. We see the derivative oscillator still gaining downward momentum. Price percent oscillator not going down at the same steep angle. As we look a little closer, we can see again where things have sort of slowed down this last 2-day. We have a green spinning top. First one we've seen in a while. Showing indecision, a slowdown in that down movement. Derivative oscillator losing some downward momentum. Price percent oscillator slowing in its down angle. So that's interesting to see. And of course, like we saw in Bitcoin, 2 days of up movement. Still below the 2-day, still below the weekly on that half day. It did cross over. So we will continue to watch and pay attention. Let's see. We can go ahead, If I can find where that line, there we go. I can move this around a little bit. This is what's so great about TC2000. There is in your daily show notes for Charting Wealth, you can see a $25 off coupon if you're ever interested. I think if you're serious about trading and you're a Patreon member, you should probably already be a subscriber to TC2000. But that's how easy it is to draw trend lines and all that kind of stuff. So again, in the overall space with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we're seeing a slowdown in the down movement. Does it mean things are turning around? No, we're just paying attention and watching. We haven't had a 2-day crossover going up yet. We sure haven't had any kind of weekly crossover, not close. But we'll wait, watch, and see. What about the Bitcoin? And we've got 3 Bitcoin futures. What do we see there? Well, they're all brand new, but we do see a slowdown in the down movement on BITO. We see a slowdown in the down movement, likewise on Valkyrie. And of course, XBTF, the Van Eck Bitcoin Strategy ETF. These are all Bitcoin futures. And what do we see there? A slowdown also. Now, this one has the least amount of fees. So as these go into the future and get longer and bigger, and we have more, and that's the 2-day there, and this is the half-day. As things start looking more like the half-day on the weekly, then we can start seeing vertical crossovers and all those kinds of things that we need. We don't trade off these little charts, but we'll watch. But these can give us some idea as we watch the weekly on slowdowns in trends, and we do see that across the board. Now, what about things like the Bitcoin blockchain and strategy fund? Well, that's again another one that we'll watch in the future as things develop. Now this one is a little bit older than the futures. This has been going on for what, about a year now, maybe a little bit longer. But again, this is the top 10 cryptocurrencies, and it's weighted as per market share. Again, overall crypto space still going down. We had that weekly vertical crossover back in the 10th, the week ending the 10th of December. So we're 2 weeks into that. On the 2-day, again, you can see a little bit of a slowing, but still lots of downward pressure overall in the crypto space when we look at these 10 cryptocurrencies, the top 10 across the board. So that tells us a fair bit. Crypto innovators, they're still going down, up for the day though. We look at the blockchain ETF, again, that's still going down. The digital transformation ETF still going down. The crypto industry and digital economy still going down. I mean, you can see overall transformation data sharing. This is in the crypto space too. Still, my friends, lots and lots of downward pressure. Even though today was an up day for most of these funds, overall, if you pay attention and know how to read a chart, what do you see, my friends? You see lots and lots of downward pressure led first by Bitcoin. Maybe it's slowing, maybe not. We'll wait, watch, and see, but there are no up trades at this point. Now, follow us all the time. When you find your favorite ETFs, whether they're Bitcoin related, Ethereum, whatever it might be, again, practice trade these things when they give you the opportunity. The more you're in the space, the more you're watching, the more you're learning, the more you're understanding. We so appreciate you being with us. You Patreon members are the backbone of what we do here at chartingwealth.com. God bless you all. Merry Christmas to each one of you. Take care, my friends.